Nigerian Judicial Council has dismissed 4 separate petitions filed against Justice Peter Lifo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, over judgments he delivered on Rivers State political matters. The petitions written to the NJC were predicated on allegations that the judge was induced with $1 million, a bulletproof car, and a gift of a plot of land in the discharge of his judicial functions. The chairman of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, Chief Emeka Bekee, is one of those who authored the petitions. However, after the appearance of the judge before the NJC probe panel and the blunt refusal of the petitioners to show up to establish the allegations, it was held that the petitions were unsubstantiated and could not be relied upon. The NJC report on the petitions obtained by Judiciary journalists read in part. The Council deliberated on 4 petitions against Honorable Justice O. Lifo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, as follows. Petition by Mr. Douglas W. Wachuku. Petition by Douglas W. Chukwu, the Secretary of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, against Honorable Justice Lifo was discountenanced as the petitioner, who had earlier indicated interest to participate in the hearing of his petition, failed, neglected, and refused to appear before the committee. The Council also finds that the allegations of inducement to the tune of $1 million, a bulletproof car, and a gift of a plot of land to Honorable Justice Lifo by Chief Emeka Bekee, Chairman All Progressive Congress, Rivers State, were not substantiated in any form. It was also found that same parties who appeared before the High Court in Rivers State also appeared before Honorable Justice Lifo at the Federal High Court in Abuja, but failed to disclose or bring to the notice of the Honorable Judge the existence of a sister case at Rivers State High Court. The Council noted that the acts of misconduct alleged were actually perpetrated by the petitioners who filed the case at the Rivers State High Court after the case at the Federal High Court, Abuja, had been instituted, suggesting forum shopping. Council finds that Honorable Justice Lifo neither exhibited personal interest in the matter nor misconducted himself in the procedure, and noted that the complaints contained in the petitions are now subject of appeal by the petitioners. Similarly, Council dismissed the 2 petitions by Abednego Oli Benjamin, Chairman Boot Party, Rivers State Chapter, against Honorable Justice Lifo, as he found the allegation of bribery and other corrupt practices against the subject judge were unsubstantiated. It also finds that there is no proof of misconduct in the ex parte orders made by the subject judge. Council also noted that the ex parte orders are now the subject of appeals. On the petition by Dr. G. M. Gillis West, Clerk, Rivers State House of Assembly, against Honorable Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court, Abuja Division, the Council finds that the petition was not supported with a verifying affidavit and was therefore discountenanced. In same vein, the Council resolved that legal practitioners who, by themselves or in collusion with litigants, write frivolous petitions to blackmail the judicial officers will be reported to the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee or the Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee for appropriate action. Ifeanyi Chukwu, let me start with you. What is your reaction to this story?
No, my reaction to this story is this. I am very grateful that this particular case or this particular petitions went to the NJC. It is also the NJC that recommends the elevation of judges and their posting. It is also an institution that do not have only a particular body, maybe handpicked, but it is a very reputable body in Nigeria, because like it or yes, when you talk about the legal luminaries in the world, respected, Nigeria comes into account. And for these petitions to have gotten to the NJC, I'm very happy, because this will put a sense to, all these bias and sentiment that people attach to cases. It falls back to what I've been saying, that those people, they look at the letters of the law. And I'm also grateful that those cases do not end at the table of these lower court judges. It goes to the appeal court and to the Supreme Court. And also, when you say a particular judge has been bought over, can also people go and buy over the appeal court judges? So in this particular instance, Laurentia, I'm so grateful that their names has been cleared. I'm so grateful that those who are quick to begin to form bias and sentiment is really today, they can find out that nothing is against this particular people, because these investigations have been done, and I'm sure they have looked through their cases and their bank accounts and all that, and find out that they are not found. While I am still thankful of this particular issue involving Justice Lifo to get to the NJC, is because it has a sense to, appeal to the conscience of the populace, because majority of Rivers people are being misinformed, are being hoodwinked towards believing that in any judgment that did not favor the state government, that a particular judge must have been bribed. And this petitioning Justice Lefu by Emeka Beke and all the rest was just because he looked at the letters of the Constitution and the Electoral Act, and looked at the time frame for which election and these processes are to be conducted in Nigeria, and given that each SEC, that's state electoral commissions, will get the voters register from INEC, national body, in order to conduct an election, that those processes were not followed by the SEC. And he gave a judgment based on the prayers that was brought to him by Tony Okocha and his APC-led faction. And when he looked at it, he looked at the process and the time frame, and said that with the timing of that particular litigation, the RISEC has lost time and therefore could not be proceeding with the so-called local government elections. He was only calling to the conscience of that electoral body to what the letters of the law says. In another breath, people were now accusing him of being biased and having been bought over and all that, which was not what played out. So, in the minds of the larger populace of Rivers State, I would like us to look at it from the angle of NJC, who has done due diligence in finding out whether he was induced. And in this particular case, who induced him? Is it Tony Okocha that gave him $1 million? Or is it the faction of APC that gave him $1 million and a bulletproof car and allocated him a land in Rivers State? Does Tony Okocha have the capacity of allotting him a land which the governor holds in trust for the people? So most of these political shenanigans, playing to the gallery, we play politics of pull him down, character assassination and all that. And I'm very happy that if these people do not go for an appeal, hence they have refused to come and substantiate their petition and what they claimed in their petition, Justice Lefu can now also try to institute a case against them and call them to come and substantiate their claim and also fight for character assassination and damages, Laurentia.
All right. Zoe, what do you make of this story?
Well, my concern is, on a broader sense, is for us to, the judiciary should actually look inward. They shouldn't wait for politicians to bring petitions. Right now, the judiciary is on a very serious wash as far as public perception is concerned.
Wash.
Yes, the public, there's a kind of...
It means scrutiny.
Yes, scrutiny and distrust from public. That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. The judiciary should live above board. Now, beyond technicalities, okay, on other areas that is more important in looking at cases when they come before the courts, I don't know, my colleague here keeps saying morality should be. No. Morality, in fact, the foundation of politics is morality. What is morality? Morality, as it's been defined in politics, is about what is good, what is right, and what is just. And that is what makes the man a political animal as different from the other animal, because he's able to distinguish what is good, what is right, and what is just in a moral society. So beyond that technicality, the judges should be able to look at cases on morality, on legality, and the public interest. When once these are considered, it will create public confidence. Now, another thing the judiciary already know, the judges already know, politicians are like loose dogs. If you leave them, they will cause chaos and havoc in the society because of their personal interest. Politicians never go for the public interest, especially in this part of the world. They always go for their personal interest and the next election. So this is where the judiciary comes in. The judiciary is there to discipline politicians, okay, who will go wide for their personal interest. So my prayer as far as these issues, I'm not looking at those who are bringing petitions. Are they better? Those who are bringing petitions against the judges, they are not better. But if the judges are upright, they are doing what they are supposed to do, and the public see them as people who are not just giving justice, but try to see that justice is given in matters that comes before them, then we will not have this issue of judges being petitioned and lack of public confidence. That's where I am concerned as far as this matter is concerned.
Now, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to say something. When my colleague is saying that talk about morality, is that we bring religion and sentiment, and once sentiment comes in, you know that that moral standing is being questioned. The morality I have as a person is questioned when bias and sentiment comes in, which each and every one of us has our leaning. But once it goes, I continue to mention the letters of the law and the letters of the Constitution and all those acts therein that have become substantive laws in Nigeria. When you, look at Joyce Abdul Malik, when Martin Samuel and his brothers went to her court and petitioned and instituted a case against the River State governor, people were saying a group came, Niger Delta Development whatever front, and said that if that judgment is given, even the Nigerian Labour Party, Nigerian Labour Congress, River State chapter, started sentiment. If this case is given, this particular morality you are talking about now, why not tell the governor, do the right thing? Because the courts have said, present the budget. Mr. President, his intervention have said, present the budget. What is so difficult in presenting a budget, which I call a political exercise? It's just a political exercise. The money you're taking, they are written in black and white papers. They are not the physical money you're looking at to spend. It's just to say, this is how I want to carry out expenditure within the timeline of this year. What is so difficult in going for a political ritual? That is ego. That is sentiment. But when when Martin Samuel and his group went to the court to remind the court that there had been a case by Justice Lifo and the appeal court that this particular budget has to be presented to Martin Samuel as the Speaker of River State House Assembly, people started sentiment. We are going to blow the pipeline. Any judge that gives that kind of judgment will not see the light of the day. Rivers people will resist it, this and that. But at the end of the day, judgment was given, and nothing has happened. This is where I say sentiment should not come in. All this bias should not come in. Allow the letters of the law to take its course. Laurentia, that's where I stand.
All right. Very quickly, Zoe, before we round up, as we round up this show, you talked about judges giving judgments that will not warrant petitions to be written against them. Am I correct in that assertion? All right. Now, in this instance of Justice Peter Alifo, now accusation was made by the APC chairman, Emeka Beke, that in Rivers State APC chairman, Emeka Beke, that Justice Peter Alifo was induced with $1 million gift. He was induced with a bulletproof car and a piece of land. And the NJC, after thorough investigation, said that these allegations were unsubstantiated. Now, also there were also allegations by the RISIEC secretary. There was also allegation by Booth Bati, Rivers State chapter. And the NJC said that the RISIEC secretary did not even appear. He did not even appear. He did not appear to defend the allegations he has made. You know, in the instance of the clerk of Rivers State, the clerk did not add an affidavit to what he said. Now the question would be, why would a clerk, you know, of Rivers, who understands judicial procedures, not swear an affidavit? Probably because if he cannot substantiate it, he will not be held for perjury. Now the question would be, all these accusations, character assassinating accusations, personality defaming accusations, none of them were substantiated, and the accusers in this instance did not even turn up for the judicial hearing. What does that make of it?
Well, like I've said earlier, my concern is not about politicians. I told you, politicians are like loose dogs.
No, we are not going there.
No,
we are talking about the statement you made about judgments not having petitions written against them.
The point is, I am not interested in the politicians. And politicians will come up with anything to pursue their interests, like I've said. But that is not my concern. My concern is that the judiciary, as it were today, there is the issue of controversies surrounding judicial actions and decisions. There is the issue of public trust. There is the issue of public confidence. So my concern is that the judiciary should work itself in a way that it shouldn't be seen in such light in the public, irrespective of these petitions that are coming from politicians.